let's say Ami has given Ritesh, Sohail, and given at the start. Okay, Aditi, you are in 11th. Okay, that's good. Great. Okay, so then we'll start the session now. Okay, so today what we are going to do is, it's a demo session for verbal part. Now, if most of you are aware, this year the pattern drastically changed. So first of all, let me ask you guys, have anyone looked at the press release from the IPMs, from the IIMs, or from the CLAT or anything? Because some of you might be preparing for both also. So things have changed this year. As I can see, there are some people for CLAT, ALET, some for SET. Maybe there's a person for BBA also. Okay, so our main focus today is definitely on the part like CLAT and also exams like ALET, and other focus on the main colleges like Symbiosis and what you can say Christ a little bit, but mainly CLAT will be our focus area. So first of all, has anyone seen the new pattern? Yes, people. Anyone? Okay, so can you tell me something about what you understood from the pattern? So how it has changed from the previous year, if you can just tell me a little bit, if let's see if you know. Questions will be based on comprehension. Very good. Okay, anything else? Okay, so I think both Ami and Ritesh, you are on the right track. See, you're focusing on the verbal ability section. So earlier, the verbal section considered of almost everything that was present in the verbal area, as such comprehension, grammar, correction, completion, fill in the blanks, idioms, whatnot. So, but now in the verbal ability section, it will be mainly RC based, which means comprehension. So now reading is going to will be the most important thing, rather, not just doing some guesswork out here. RCs will be a little tough. Apart from that, in the reasoning section, there are two types of reasoning. One is legal reasoning and the other normal reasoning. In the reasoning, the critical reasoning part will also play an important role. So this is again an area of the verbal section. The main difference that happened from the previous year is, earlier there used to be legal aptitude. Now the question types will change drastically, and it is more on the legal reasoning type of questions. So things are going to be quite different this year. Apart from that, quant has been reduced, as well as GK has been little reduced. As such, quant was less represented. It's still less, and the number of questions has also been drastically reduced. So you will have more time. So that is all about the pattern as such. What we'll be focusing on today is the verbal section. And in the verbal section, focus is on comprehension and CR, which is critical reasoning. Okay, so today that's our major focus. Let me give you a question and see where you stand right now. Let's see. Okay, let's do this question. Simple logic based question. Let's see if you're able to crack it. I hope everyone has understood the question. It's a pure logic-based question. So quickly give me the answer, guys. Okay, so got answers from Mummy and Ritesh. What about others? Okay. Okay. So, okay, I got answers from many of you now. See, it's a very interesting question. I think anyone who has read commerce properly or who has studied economics. So, it's a simple theory between volume and price. So, with the increase of volume or decrease of volume, there is a relation with the price. So now if the prices are reduced, the volume increases. If the prices is increased, the volume reduces. But this happens only in case where the product is price sensitive. In case of products like tobacco, petrol, diesel, so this doesn't happen out there. So we're looking for products which are price conscious. So if the conclusion said that belief was volume increased, so it is only because the product, which is air traveler, out in this particular case, are travel or price conscious. So the answer would be 3. If I look at the option 1, increase in profitability, it can be due to other reasons also. So will not support the belief. Is this clear, all of you? Quick guess if it's clear, guys, from all. Others understood the explanation, all of you? Great. Others also, guys, I need quick yes so that I know that we are all on the same page. Okay, now moving to the next page now, let's do a question based on RC. So as we said, comprehension is the most important area. So let's do a question based on the comprehension. So I've given you an article. Based on this, I'll ask you a question. So read it and then I'll show the question. So understand it properly. Okay, once you're done reading, guys, just write done. Okay. So Bidushi has read. Sohail, Ritesh, Aditi. Others, have you read? Yes, people, others, are you done? Ankit is done, I guess. Ankit has not written. Okay, so let's move to the question part now. Okay, so for this RC, this is the particular question. Choose the one which completes the para. I want answers from all of you. If anyone wants me to go back to the previous page, you can write. Guys, answers from all quickly. Okay, Ami, I'll definitely show the last slide. Hope you guys have read. Move back to the page. Ami, are you done? Oh. So guys, quickly answers from all. Okay, so I've got answers from some of you. Okay, so what I've seen, majorly people are given either 2 or they are given 4 also. Okay, and one of you is confused between 1 and 2. Okay, that's fine. So, of course, if we see this particular para, it talks about an Afghan activity. It talks about packs of boys and talks about placing bets. So in this particular case, it's very imperative that we learn what is the style of the author. To check that, let's go back. In this particular writing, there are a lot of metaphors used. First of all, has anyone read this book by Khalid Hosseini? Anyone? Or any of his novels? No one? Okay, so he's a very impressive writer, very immaculate in his writing. So lately, in most of the good exams, if you see, you're of course you're appearing for CLAT, but like even in your future, I have been giving so many exams in my life. So lately, I was doing research with the top Ivy League universities. So in the exams like GMAT and all, also there's a lot of comprehensions based on writing of some good novelists. It may be Tolstoy, Ayn Rand, or n number of even Dan Brown and Khalid Hosseini. So they have some special kind of writing style. So we have to understand what is their particular writing style. This particular writing has a lot of metaphors. Uh, can anyone tell me what a metaphor is? Yes. So a metaphor is something which is called a figure of speech, and it is used for indirect comparisons. Now, if I call about indirect comparisons, let's take an example. They are finely tuned flying machines. Can anyone tell what is the flying machine out here referring to? Yes, I think that's an easy question. What is flying machine referring to out here? Exactly, I mean, very good. So, I mean, you're on the right track. Flying machine refers to kites. Instead of writing kites, he's using a fancier word. Can anyone tell any other metaphor in this writing? Any other metaphor for kite that is used? No one? Guys, quickly, this should not be tough for you. Very good, Ami. I think you were on the right track. Vanquish, tissue paper, jewel. Very good. So this is again a metaphor which is used to explain kite. Has everyone understood this? Okay, so let's go and check now if there is any particular metaphor in these four options. Yes, can you see any particular metaphor in these four options? Yes, people. So here, Aditi, are you able to distinguish any metaphor? Yeah, very good. Ami, so here, yes, down for craft. So that's the particular metaphor which is used to express kite out here. So that's, yes, Ritesh, Aditi, good. So I hope you have understood. The answer is option 2 because the style matches. So the trick is very simple. If you want to be sure about such kind of questions, you need to look for the keywords, something like metaphors. Maybe someone uses an hyperbole, someone uses a lot of oxymorons in his writing. Okay, so there's so many figure of speech that we really need to know about. Right, correct. I mean, so downed warcraft refers to the kites. So answer is 2. Has everyone understood this particular trick? Yes. Guys, I need yes from all if you have understood. What about others? Sohail Aditi Vidushi has given, and what about others? Tesh, Ami. Okay. So let's move now to the next part. So this is an important area for us, guys. So as I told you, RC will be the most important area for you. So if you want to really crack this particular exam, you have to focus on getting a good score in RC. Any particular question you have from this section, I'm happy to help right now. If anyone has a question so far, please you can ask. So before moving to the other areas. Any doubts anyone has? Okay, that's good. So I'll continue. The first thing I would like to tell you, because obviously all of you have come and attended the online session, I would like to share with you certain details. Just a second. So I've just shared with you a course, the details of the course as such, for which you are attending the demo today. So of course, it has 100 plus hours of online classes, just like what we are having right now. So it's not like something recorded. It'll just be a class on your laptop or your mobile. It's just a live class, like a classroom in your home. and it's going to cover most of the everything that is going to come, and plus a lot of emphasis will be on the exams. We'll take tests, give you a detailed report exactly where you stand, and in the last few years, what I have noticed is students who have appeared well in exam, they have actually done well at the end of the day also. So very important to practice. So that is one thing that we require from you. And I have also shared a code with you guys, CLAT 40. So if you want to just go through this URL, and you can avail a discount right now. In the coming days, obviously, when there are less number of days left for the course, then obviously the prices go higher. So that's up to you as soon as you can avail the discount, because the prices will go higher later on. So that's all from the uh, classes point of view. Okay. Now, any questions as such, you can shoot right now. That's totally okay. I didn't actually introduce myself. My name is Pranav, and I'll be taking care of the verbal section for you guys. I was earlier an investment banker, and I also currently do that work. So I was working with top MNCs. Later on, obviously, earlier I've done my MBA and all. I was with associated with Hong Kong University. As I told you, I've been doing a lot of research work with the Ivy Leagues. So people who are like focusing on LSAT, GMAT and all, and they want to do something big in their life. Obviously, I've been doing these particular stuff and also teaching now in almost all these domains. So the most of the faculty that you'll have will be quite well qualified, and we'll take care of all your doubts. So you don't have to worry. We have a special doubt session group which is available 24/7. So people who want to study actually, so they are most welcome. And if you really want to score well and get into some good institute, you're most welcome. Previous years, I have students who are now in top NLUs. Also, 3 students cracked Nalsar Hyderabad last year, and NLU Bangalore. 2 of my students in NLU Bangalore. So this is just last year results, which has been happening over years. And then there are many students who have got into lower NLUs. And in Gandhinagar, we have a lot of students. So that is up to you now. You have to, obviously, as I told you, students who are really interested in getting a good college are most welcome. Now, before ending, I want to show one more area to you. It's a grammar area. Though CLAT right now is not focusing much on grammar, this CLAT is focusing more on what we did right now. We did CR and RC. So CLAT is mainly focusing on these 2 areas, and I shared some tricks with you. But exams like ALET and people, this is for NLU Delhi, and people who also want to give exams like symbiosis and all, so we can still expect question from the grammar area. So let's see some questions. First of all, has everyone is clear up till here, guys? I need a yes from you if you are with me till here. Good enough. Okay, others? I got yes from Suhail, Ritesh, Vidushi, Ami, Aditi. Everyone on the same page? That's good. Let's move to the grammar section then. Okay, let's do this one. So I need answers from you now. Okay, so getting a lot of answers, guys. I also want something. I want you to tell me what is the difference between good and well. So after giving me the answer, you can also just differentiate. Okay. So someone says well can be used as a verb. Well, unlike good. Vidushi says well is related to health. Not clear much. Okay. So guys, this is very basic knowledge, I'll say. Now you might understand if I have questioned you on this. It clearly shows that what we need to work is our basics. So all these exams, they at the end test your basics. Otherwise, you get a minus 0.25 marks in most of all these exams. So you have to be sure while answering, guys. You cannot just go around and using flukes. Good actually is an adjective. Well is an adverb. Now, can anyone tell me what is an adjective do and what does an adverb do? Plus, I'll frame one more question. Identify the parts of speech of all the characters in the first sentence. It's a very basic question, and you can expect this in exam. These are one of some of the previous year questions. Good. So he is a pronoun. Plays is a verb. Good. Real is not a noun. No. Okay, so I'm getting answers only from Sohail. What are others doing, guys? You've forgotten your basics? Yes? Be quick, guys. I want answers from all. So I think Sohail gave the real was Sohail again an adjective, and really is an adverb. Similarly, Vidushi says that really good and good is an adjective and well is an adverb. So once the parts of speech are clear, now let's say what is well modifying out here. Can anyone tell me? Yes? So as I told you, good is an adjective, well is an adverb. An adjective modifies a noun and a pronoun. On the other hand, an adverb modifies a verb, an adjective, and an adverb. in the first sentence, what is well modifying? I'll ask again. These are very basics, guys. I expect all of you to answer. Exactly. So well is modifying place. So an adverb modifying a verb. So it cannot be good because we want this entity to modify place. Now, can anyone tell me what is really or real modifying? No, real is not modifying he. We are saying how well. We are saying really well. So this really is modifying well. Again, the difference was adjective cannot be used. An adverb is used to modify an adverb. Similarly, an adverb is used to modify a verb. Okay. Ami Vidushi, yes, you are on the right track. So has everyone understood why the answer is he plays really well? Is the basics clear? Yes? Are these basics clear, guys? Or still you have not understood what are parts of speech? This is very bad. I hope that. Okay, let's be very honest. How many of you really know the parts of speech? How many of you know what are the parts of speech? Okay, so he'll know somewhat. What about others? Others, do you know what are parts of speech? Quickly answer me yes or no. Yes. Okay, know about part of speech. Thank God. So that's very important, guys. We have to learn that. Then it should be clear. Then you should have answered well because good is an adjective because you want to modify place. Similarly, really because you're modifying well. Now let's move to the next one. Can anyone tell me the difference between I and me? Yes. First person, second person. No, Imanshu, not right. Anyone else? I pronoun, me, noun, no, me, not correct. So I think a lot of I for plural, me for no one is correct, guys. So I think I won't touch this area right now because otherwise it will take me a whole lot session because we are short on time. See, it has to do something with one is a subject, one is an object. So we'll do this in the coming sessions because it's a full concept. It will require a lot of time. So the logic is you have to know about which one is a subjective pronoun, which is an object pronoun. I'll just give the answer. Answer was Rahul and I, and it is I. So I think no one got this correct. And we sadly follow the American English. Most of us will say it is me, which is wrong as per the British English. And in all our exams, we only follow British English. So this has been a previous year question for exams like CLAT and DLIT, and most of the students get this wrong. Definitely in the coming sessions, we'll do the entire concept. So is everyone on the same page? Obviously, we have not got time to do grammar in a detail, I'll say. So in the coming sessions, I'll definitely go with the basics. So up till now, is it clear, all of you? Yes, sir. All of you, yes, sir. All of you. Okay, one last thing I wanted to touch today was an area called how to improve your vocab. So there's a very important trick that most of the good students follow. They use the root word trick. So can anyone tell me what a root word is? Yes, origin of a word. Yes, I mean. So let's say if I say a root word like easy one, let's say geo. What is geo? Very good. I mean, so geo means earth. If I say anything like geology, geography, and anything, so study of earth or anything like that. If I say what is demo, okay, let's make it more clear. If I say democracy, what is demo? What is crazy? Swami has answered. Okay, good. Others? Can you tell me the meaning of democracy? So I think Ami has answered. Demo stands for people. What does crazy stand for, guys? No one knows. You're living in a democracy and no one knows. Not the leader. Crazy stands for not also government, also not law, also. Crazy stands for rule. Okay, so this means the rule of the people. Or okay, so you are almost on the synonyms with Ushi. So government or law of the people, but the word should have been rule. So rule of people. So if you know one word, you know n number of words. Similarly, there's a word called kron, which means time. Gamus means marriage. Anthrop, humankind. So if we know these words, see now kron is used in so many words. Synchronize, anachronism, okay, chronology. Similarly, gamus for polygamy, monogamy, endogamy. If you know one word, you can know the meaning of n number of words. So are you understanding my logic behind telling you this? What is the logic? The focus, if you learn some root words, you know the meaning of n number of words. Maybe you learn 20 words just by using one. Everyone understood the logic? Yes, sir? Others? Only Vidushi and Himanshu understood? Ami, Aditi? Okay. Okay, that's nice. So now I think that's all from my side, guys. I just wanted to share these many details. Okay. Also, you're asking about, could you tell us ways to increase reading speed. Okay, so Ami, that's very important. I think one thing is, once you read, that's a very simple trick. Don't move your head, only move your eyeball. So one very simple trick. Try it. Don't move your head like here and there. Just keep your head straight. Only your eyeballs should move. Plus, definitely, a reading will help you. You start reading some novel if you can. Otherwise, if you're not a reader, start with some editorials. So, like some very good newspapers like Hindu or the Guardian. So there are some n number of newspapers. So what I have realized over the years, the better you read, the better you get in your reading speed. So I've been writing for various papers and columns now. So what I've understood since the time I've got into writing myself, and I've been reading so much stuff, so it has really helped my reading speed. There's no shortcut to reading, and the trick I told you at the start of your eyes. Okay, Aditi, that's not an issue. Okay, any other questions, guys? So one thing again, I would like to tell you, see, you are in a world of online or information. People like me, we are using and in a very positive way, like for research purposes, even for work purposes. Most of my friends who are in the investment banking area, they are using the online stuff so much. You have an opportunity here where sitting at home and saving a lot of time that you would otherwise spend on traveling, you can get so much of knowledge. So anyone who is really interested and wants to get into a good NLU, so you're, as I said, most welcome, and I will definitely see you soon. One thing I would like to tell you, what I saw in today's session, that many of you were not very good with the basics. So that is what we need to really work on, our basics, and you have to learn those tricks. Otherwise, scoring an exam is going to be very tough. So has everyone understood the session today? Yes, people, has everyone understood the session? Okay, good. So can anyone tell me what were the major takeaways from the session that you found good? What all knowledge was there that is still with you? Because I'm done with the session. What all you still remember? Which tricks or which particular logic you still remember? Of course, we were not able to do the grammar part because it required a lot of a lot of time for that. Okay, Aditi, metaphor finding, nice. What else? Aditi, you can use all panelists and attendees while answering. You can just copy paste it to all panelists and attendees. Okay, what about others? What all you understood? Determining style of the passage, very good, Vidushi, yeah. What else? What about Ami, Himanshu, Aditi? Aditi has also mentioned. What Vidushi has also answered. Okay, Himanshu and Ami, what do you think? Your major takeaways? Okay, Himanshu came late. Okay, so whatever you learned after that, anything? Were you clear with the root word? What about Ami? Okay, root word trick. Ami, what about you? Style and efficient way to increase. Okay, that's great. So I think that's all from my side, guys. Good if you have learned few tricks today. And I think that's all from my side, as I told you. So it will be great if you are interested in getting into a good NLU. And of course, the national law universities are looking for very good candidates. So if you're serious enough, definitely we are always here. And one more thing, what I require from you, especially if you want to do well in your comprehension section, guys, start reading today. At least after this session also, you can just go and read one editorial of a newspaper, whichever is there at your home. Okay, so that's all from my side. All the best. I know you're going to do well in your life, guys. All the best. Take care. Okay, prescribe a book for verbal. Okay, Vidushi, can I know which area you want to improve? Okay, Himanshu, you're welcome. Vidushi, which particular area you are referring to? For vocab, there's a book called Norman Lewis, which is pretty good. It talks about the root words. But then again, it will have so many words that will be difficult for you to crack. Best thing is if you take the Bullseye series, we'll be providing you with a good word list and an efficient way to learn words. So obviously, if you can, if you're joining Bullseye, so I think that's more than enough. Okay. Ami, again, critical reasoning is a vast area. So right now you don't have much time on these particular issues. We'll be taking care of your critical reasoning area. If you go through the books, it's a very Manhattan books are there, but you'll just get confused because it's a pretty lengthy area. So what we are going to do is we're going to teach you the basics and those questions which are going to come in CLAT, because we have been working on these exams very closely. We know which kind of questions come every year. If you go and read the Manhattan and all, sometimes it can get confusing for you. Apart from that, it's obviously your call. Okay. So I think that's it. Any other questions, guys? Okay, so I hope you're good with the batch. I've told you everything. I'll just paste the thing again. Then we can end the session and just give me a second. And I've told you already that okay, so this is again, I'm just pasting it out here. So the class timings will be mentioned to you, and that's all from my side, guys. Again, as I said, all the best, take care, and all the best for your future. Okay, guys, now you can just wind it up. You can just leave the session. If you're done, I'll be here. If you have any other questions, anyone, otherwise you can leave. So all the best. Take care.